I take half credit.
Oh. Says the broadcast is live.
Now we're live. Here we go.
What do you want that you can't have? What do you need so desperately?
And welcome to the Figure. Now we're officially live. How's everybody doing tonight?
Man,
Great.
thanks to Joe, we're late.
Yep.
Why are you so surprised?
What's that?
Why are you so surprised?
Oh, I'm not. Trust me. Anything fucks up on this show, it's fucking Joe.
Not necessarily. Do you notice that you can hear us twice?
Yeah.
We're echoing.
Yes, we are.
No, that's because you're hearing us, Pondo, and we're picking up your speaker, picking up us. Oh, now it stopped. Okay, we're good.
Nice.
We are good. Oh, hey, Pam and Tom are here.
Yay!
Hey, everyone, miss you all. And hey, guys, Tom.
Hey.
Tom,
Pam, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I want to know about Tom. Tom did his debut of his new character on the weekend. Jackson Payne. Army of Darkness. Hail to the king, baby. Well, yes. Absolutely. Oh, and that reminds me, Eric reminded me. We're gonna talk a little bit about films, right?
Yep.
There is a film coming up at our film festival this year, October 2nd. And I gotta play the trailer for you, Pondo, because I know you're gonna want to see it.
You're gonna play it now?
Yep.
Is the trailer all story?
Yeah, it's all story. No.
You're gonna hate
Rob loves them all stories, boy. Hey, I did some detective work, and I'm gonna ask Joe this. The last time we was on this show, there was a Matt that was in the chats, right?
Right.
Is that the owner of the JT Cruz basement match?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
No.
I thought we about cracked that shit down.
He wasn't involved.
Oh, he's just down the street.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right. Here is this one. This one's called The Final Ride, and it's screening Saturday, October 2nd during the 3:30 block. Here it is.
911, what is your emergency?
My name is Jean Sutton. I've been kidnapped. I'm in the back of my trunk.
Still hasn't sunk it in yet.
Oh, me neither.
Get over here, come on.
I miss you, man. We haven't had a night like this since college. I have a great idea.
Come on, let's do it.
I have just the one.
The house was vacant for years.
Tattoo! It keeps spreading.
All I want to know is what happened to this house.
I'd watch that. That looks good.
Hell yeah, I would too.
Yeah, not bad.
There we go. Well, anybody local, Joe, can come and watch it October 2nd at the Flying Theater. I will make sure to let you know, guys, know where you can see it so that you can watch it too.
See, I trust Rob's recommendations, but before we get too far into the show, I have to say something to Pondo. Pondo, I watched The Greasy Strangler today. I kind of hate you.
Did all three of you watch The Greasy Strangler? Rob, did you watch it?
I could not find it here.
Rob, don't watch it, Rob.
No, you watch it, Rob.
No,
Bullshit.
don't watch it. It is awful. It is an hour and 33 minutes you will never get back. It is,
Bullshit, Rob. Bullshit.
unless you're really interested in a bunch of
You're a bullshit artist.
Bullshit
unattractive
artist.
people.
You're a bullshit artist, Jamie.
Bullshit artist, yes.
Hmm.
Oh, and the other thing,
Penguin
Rob,
shit.
the phrase bullshit artist is said like most of the movie.
My
I did like,
favorite.
one thing I did like was the father and son matching pink outfits. I would giggle. And the score, it's a very interesting musical score, which I don't usually pay too much attention to, but I had to find something redeeming. It was a long hour and 33 minutes.
They didn't quite match up penis sizes, really.
There was a lot of penis in that movie. And a lot of green.
I'm out.
I know. I went in knowing nothing, Rob. Let me warn you. If don't.
My favorite part, and some people just don't understand it, is when they say, "What are those chips made of?" And that dude keeps saying, "Portal."
He keeps repeating it over and over.
But it's the strangest way to say potato. And I knew that's what he was saying. But I was like, I can't even imitate it. It's just, yeah.
And they said, "Say it louder." He said, "Portal."
Well, and he had a bit of a lisp too, so it was just very. It's the strangest movie I've ever seen. I must say I didn't know this came out in 2016. So when we kind of talked about this on the last show, I made a joke that the old guy was probably no longer with us because I thought this was like a 70s exploitation flick. I had no idea because I didn't know anything about it. I didn't hear about it when it came out. So which one, Pondo? You met the brown hair at the sun?
I met the alive one. I met the one that's gonna live a few years, not that other dead fucker that
The hairdresser.
looks like yeah.
The guy that was
The
a hairdresser. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He used
yeah.
to be a hairdresser, apparently.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. You wouldn't know from his hairstyle in the movie.
Yeah. What hairdresser stories would that fucker talk about? See, Rob, we're convincing you to watch this movie now, aren't
No, we're not. No.
Oh, you are actually.
we?
The dialogue seems to be written by a 15-year-old.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just weird.
And one of the producers is Elijah Wood.
Okay, seriously though, all the best horrors are written by 15-year-olds.
But this is
Yeah.
That dialogue is not graduate.
Yeah. No, but you gotta check it out. It's something else.
And I would say don't. Like we're kind of
Who are you gonna listen to? The beeping guy or?
That's right.
Things supposed to talk about what maybe is to watch for Halloween. Don't put this on your Halloween watch list. And Pondo suggested I watch this with my dad because my dad was visiting. Thank God I watched it alone because my dad, he probably would have, tore up my birth certificate. Like,
It's
no,
not a family movie.
What I said was, if you want your family to stop coming around, watch that movie with them.
Yeah, you did.
They won't be there for Thanksgiving, Christmas, funerals. They won't be there.
I would have been totally written off. Yeah. Rob, don't do it. My vote is don't.
You want to.
Here's the kicker of the whole thing. Like, I got a pretty strong stomach. I can watch blood. I can watch all this shit. But when he dipped that hot dog down in that grease.
Oh.
Don't eat if you are going to watch it, Rob. Don't snack. I had food and I couldn't finish the food because I was having my lunch. And the food in the movie is just revolting looking.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, ugh.
You're a bullshit artist, Jamie. You're a
bullshit artist. Yes, I am. That part was funny. That was the only thing when they're calling each other bullshit artists like every second sentence. But it's few and far between redeeming qualities, Rob.
And Rob, the leading lady is so hot.
Oh.
Jamie was quick on that one. Nope.
There were no attractive people in this movie, and they're naked for a lot of it.
You take that back. That dead motherfucker is attractive.
Which one?
The one that's damn near dead. The one that you wrote off and said, "Oh, he's not with us no more." He's attractive as fuck.
Well, I thought this movie came out in the 70s. Like I said, Macho Man pose. Oh, thank you, Tom. I got lots of Macho Man pictures actually. I've moved.
I see one behind you.
Yeah.
I see Macho Man and Elizabeth. You pointed the wrong way.
Oh,
the other way. The other way. That next to Aussie Baker's picture.
Yeah, and I have I have the original signed wedding pictures of the wedding for Macho Man and Elizabeth, but they're on the other wall. So
Tom says, "Send me some." I don't think so, Tim. Oh man. Okay. Well, now we can get into a little bit. I was supposed to play this poster.
Oh,
happy birthday, 46th birthday, Arza Argento. That's Dario Argento's daughter. She's been in a lot of Italian horror movies, and she had her 46th birthday yesterday.
Oh, no way. Now, is that a tail, or is that, like, what is that?
That's
it's a tattoo.
Some kind of tattoo.
A tattoo of, like, a circle?
Like if I was behind her, I would target that.
See, I would have, she's a gorgeous lady. If she had been in The Greasy Strangler, because everybody's naked in it, would have probably been a lot better movie.
What is wrong with that leading lady? She is just fine.
Okay.
What, the disco beauty?
Rob called you Tim. Shut up. Oh, sorry. That's a phrase. Everybody here has watched Home Improvement, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Al. That's everything. I don't think so, Tim.
That's
his thing. Well,
I haven't heard that in a while. Yeah, that's
maybe
old school.
This is somebody we should get in that movie.
That's right. 74?
Who's he?
Oh,
who's he?
What are you talking about?
Jamie.
I didn't say who's he.
It's Mr. King.
I didn't say who's that. I said is he? I didn't know he's 74. Oh my God, no!
It sounded like you said that.
Harry is my favorite horror movie. No, I know who that is.
You almost gave us all heart attacks.
Weird, right? I haven't heard that in many years, right? Yeah, I don't think so, Tim. Oh, and there's Nathan. Good day, people. Nathan is a horror aficionado from over the seas. He's in Australia right now.
Yes, because was he the one we were talking about beer with?
The beer.
Yeah.
He's the beer guy. Absolutely. So yeah, 2 people have birthdays today in the horror world.
Oh,
Well,
I didn't know something. Cool.
Asia Argento's birthday was yesterday, but I couldn't pass up putting that picture of her up on the Figure Gore podcast. Hell yeah.
There it is again.
Hell yeah.
Is that in a car?
Yeah. Hey, you don't hate. Do not hate. If you was at a drive-in and you looked back, you would want to see that.
Well, I'd be a little shocked to be like, what are you doing here?
No, I'm in Jamie's boat. If I look back at my car and see that sitting in my back seat, it's like, how the hell did you get there?
What are you
This
doing?
is now a ghost demon ready to eat my soul because that's how they show up.
Succubus.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Nathan said, remembered for beers. That's the most Australian thing ever.
Foster's. It's Australian.
But not remembered for Foster's.
Right? Yeah. No, Foster's isn't real beer. We discovered that.
Yes.
Okay, Joe, you got some reviews for us.
Are you ready?
Number 3.
I don't even know if I am.
Okay.
Number 3. Let's go with Night of the Wild. See if I got it up here.
Brady Bug.
Too shiny? There we go.
Oh, there we go. Ooh,
Night of the Wild.
Pray for day.
No.
That's a great tagline.
Now, at the beginning of this movie, there's like a meteor that comes down. And there's these 2 hunters that are like, I don't know, dicking around drinking beer. And this meteor lands down. And apparently it affects all the animals in this town and makes them all rabid. Now, like, this movie, there's like
mostly dogs. Mostly
What's
dogs.
That? Yeah, mostly dogs. So you've seen this.
Oh, shit, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Can we get a movie that you haven't?
Out of the 3 movies that you're getting ready to talk about, this is probably the best one out of the 3.
Oh,
definitely.
Had good special effects. The acting is shit. But
It was the
yeah,
first one I watched out of the bunch, and I didn't mind it too much. Like the acting's okay, you know, but sorry, 1 second.
That's okay. Nathan's asking, who's beeping?
Joe.
This guy.
Didn't we talk about this last time, Nathan?
I think that actually
He's
said
the
it
same
last
guy who
time.
brought it up too.
So what's your dollar store rating?
The dollar store rating would probably be about, I'd say, a good 70 cents.
Nice.
Not bad.
Oh,
Yes.
wait, I remember. He said,
Yeah.
"Yes, we did."
The second was Bigfoot Country.
Oh, Pondo's shaking his head.
Is that Chewbacca?
No,
You go
the
and then
beginning,
I'll go, Rob.
no, the beginning of the movie was kind of set up like the Blair Witch Project, and I was like, oh, geez. But then it got a little bit better. But this movie, I'm telling you, none of the deaths are by Bigfoot.
What?
In the movie, like there's like 4 deaths, but they're not by Bigfoot at all.
That makes
It's so screwed up.
Is there a Bigfoot in the movie, though?
Bigfoot is involved somewhat, but he kind of like chases them around. It's
It's like Tucker and Dale all over.
yeah,
it.
it's not
Okay. Bigfoot's name's only mentioned one time in this whole fucking movie.
right.
Now, there is a scene where there's a great big footprint in the middle of this dirt track, right?
Right.
And they go, well, I wonder what did that. And then they say, well, whatever did that, that could kill somebody. What the fuck? But it's not a bear paw.
No.
It's not it's a fucking foot, but it's huge, right? Now, these 4 kids are the clumsiest motherfuckers. See, Joe knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
No
skip
matter-
this one.
So no matter where they run away from this Bigfoot, they either fall over logs. One of them shot the other one in the head.
By
One of
mistake.
these dumb fucks walked out in front of a truck. I mean, clumsy motherfuckers. What the hell's wrong with them? The Bigfoots, they're like in the leaves, and we can hear them rumbling around and grunting and shit. They never show the Bigfoot. They show his eyes.
It's always out of focus and far away shots. Like you can tell it's somebody in a suit, but it's all blurry and it's way far back.
Oh,
Like
dear.
it's and the
But
guy
let
that
me
told
sit
him not
back
to go
and say
camping.
this fact. They only say Bigfoot's name one time. And then, so check this out. The big finish of this thing. So, all right. 'Cause I don't care giving this finish away. See, Joe's already laughing because he knows how.
Go for it. It's something
All right.
else.
So this guy is running away from the Bigfoots. There's 2 of them, and he gets hit by a truck. So the guy who hit the dude with the truck sees the girl that's hiding. She faints. She wakes up. She's handcuffed to the wall. Credits.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's
Who
it.
wrote this shit?
Messed up edit.
Nathan asks, "Is this meant to be a found footage film?"
It
I don't know if
started
it was
out
meant to be
like
found.
It's not meant to be found.
that. Yeah.
Just a footage film.
Yeah.
Oh, so check this out. Here's another thing. So the footage that they're shooting, the Bigfoot attacks them and the camera rolls off. Later on, the guy finds the camera, right? And you think, okay, he's gonna watch the little thing and
The
see
viewer
what
for the footage.
takes it him.
Yeah. Right.
No power in the fucking camera. Who wrote this shit?
A
And let
15-year-old.
me say this one more time. They said Bigfoot's name one fucking time. And he was even on accident. They was like, it might be a Bigfoot. What?
One of my favorites is there's a guy at the very beginning that tells these kids not to go out camping in the woods. And it turns out that this guy later on is the guy that hits the one guy with a truck. What are the freaking odds of that?
Yeah, it's kind of like Fred and Frida. You know, they didn't want to hire another guy to drive the truck. Hey, you in the beginning of the movie, drive this truck and hit this dude.
Drive the truck.
Can't afford to pay someone else.
He was the town drunk.
Well, maybe that's why he was warning them.
That's why, yeah. He didn't know what he was capable of later.
I'm going to hit you, so stay out of the way.
Yeah.
It's dangerous out there. I'm drinking Foster's.
All right, Joe. Number.
All right, well, we'll cut that one off.
Oh, wait, is there more?
And
There's
one more.
Oh,
Blood Feast.
Blood Feast. Not to
Now
be
this one.
confused with the original.
Right, that you brought up. I've never seen the original.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think you want to. It's not that great.
Is it better than this one?
I fell asleep. It's a Herschel Gordon Lewis. It's infamous for its being gory, but the script is really bad and it's really bad acting. Yeah. But
in this one,
a different one.
In this one, I don't know if it strays far from that one, but there's a chef guy that owns a restaurant with his family, his daughter and his wife. And then one day he stops taking his medication because it falls down in the sink. And he starts to get these, and he picks up at a second job at some museum, I guess. And he starts seeing hallucinations, like Egyptian, like pharaohs
Ishtar.
and Nefer, or what?
Ishtar.
Pardon? Ishtar, yes. He sees Ishtar and he falls in love with her. And then she tells her, or him, sorry, about this feast of like human, like, what would you call it?
Remains? Parts?
Well, kind of like that, like a sacrifice, right?
Yeah, she needs sacrifices to come alive.
Right. So he, throughout the movie, he just like collects these, I guess, samples from people, and then he ends up drugging his family and feeding them the body parts from the kills that he did throughout the movie. Pretty gruesome. Yeah.
He collects samples.
Yeah.
Because of these drugs, they love the samples. They're like, oh, hell yeah. They're eating this shit like Jell-O. You know what I mean?
And it's pretty graphic. Yeah. They did a good job with special effects on that one.
So here's the thing. The very first scene, a good pair of boobs. I mean, a great pair of boobs.
Yeah.
There would be some bush, but thank Jesus, she shaved it. It's gone. Right? So there's the good point of this one, right? Now,
from the very beginning, yeah.
Yeah. The first Blood Feast was all about Ishtar. So somebody out there thought to themselves, we don't have enough Ishtar. So they made a sequel, this one. So let's see. Herschel Gordon Lewis is in this movie. I don't know if you know that, Joe.
Yeah.
Herschel Gordon Lewis is the doctor that was on the computer explaining about. Yeah, that's Herschel Gordon Lewis.
Shoot.
All right. And Carolyn Williams, who was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
That's who I recognized. I knew.
Yeah.
I've seen her from somewhere, yeah.
Well, did you see The Hills Run Red?
I've seen that one, yeah.
Well, the hot chick from the Hills Run Red, that's the daughter. There's a fucking cop in this, and the whole time he's acting, his face never changes and his voice never changes. Aggravated the shit out of me the whole fucking movie. And things just went too fast. Like this girl's she witnesses all her friends get killed. So the sheriff's like, oh, well, let's go to dinner. They go to dinner. And she's like, man, I can't believe my friends are dead. And he's like, well, I wish I could do something to make you feel better. She's like, well, you've done it already. They start French kissing in the middle of this fucking restaurant. Forget that the dead kids.
Yeah.
It's time to French kiss this guy in the middle of, and then another thing that aggravated me, this chef that he's talking about, as he progresses, he gets more animated, and he's like, I can't even explain. Just like, so I made this meal for you all. I can't wait for you to try it. Now, where is the suspicious act? Where's the wife that's known this guy forever? Like, why are you talking like that? We don't get none of that shit.
Yeah.
We need to have a new segment called Pondo's 2-minute movies, where he can just break down a synopsis.
I'd be down.
Well,
I just watched the movie and I've never seen it, just by his description.
We forgot,
he pretty much broke it down.
We forgot to how much would you give Bigfoot Country?
Oh yeah, you didn't tell us.
Well,
I'd say the fuckers owe us money.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 0.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, 0.
And Blood Feast.
And Blood Feast, I'd say a good 70 as well.
Oh.
There we go.
I'd say 50 cents worth of boobs and fuck the rest of that.
That was that's
Still sounds way better than Greasy Strangler.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. You watch.
I don't know. Like, I have mixed feelings about that.
Dr. Stevel says, if you want a real horror, watch the Ghostbusters reboot in 2016.
No.
I like that movie.
My favorite part was at the end when they were just shooting the shit.
I never watched it.
Tom said, what do you guys think of the new Halloween Kills movie that's coming out?
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it.
I am, and I'm not. I wasn't overly impressed with Halloween, the second one.
I wasn't either. But so Robert, did you watch the trailer for this new one coming out though?
I've seen the beginning of a trailer. I kind of steered away from it because I thought maybe I just expected too much the first one, so I was going to kind of go in cold for this one.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about this last time, that them trailers are tricky and shit like that, but just the last one, I think things just went too fast. Like this kid that was in the basketball court or just shit went too fast. I'm hoping that they slow it down this time, and it looks like he's got a family trapped in a house. I mean, I've got pretty high hopes.
I didn't like the first one either. I was disappointed. I went and saw it in the theater, and I was just and I went by myself because nobody else wanted to go with me. And then I was like, I think. I have high expectations, I think. So, but I mean, I still like Halloween movies, even the ones that aren't so great. We've kind of said that before, but
yeah,
it's got to be better than that one.
Halloween to me is my franchise when it comes to horror. Halloween 1, 2, and 4. That is to me the ultimate story.
I'm so glad that you did not say 3.
Well, see, that's just it. I love 3.
I like 3 on its own.
It should never have been called Halloween, or they should have continued on doing what they were thinking and made a different franchise.
Season of the Witch is a good movie.
It is.
Halloween 3 is not.
Yeah. Oh, Ed's got a question. What age can you show your kids the original Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street?
2 years old.
No. I don't know. Like my son is 11, but he's not interested in anything even remotely scary. So he would have no interest. So I don't know. Like, I don't know what the rest of everybody else's children, if they like horror or not, but I don't have a horror fan in my son. So
I'll tell you this, that Chucky is like the children's beginners class for horror movies. It seems like every kid that I talk to say they love Chucky or Jason. Yeah, I think Jason is also. But here's the thing. So what we forget is we watch the movies, but a lot of these kids watch the shit that's cut on regular TV.
Yeah. So
they don't know half the shit that goes on, and they sure don't get to see the boobs on that. So
it's true.
No. I know that sounds funny, but what I'm trying to say is kids growing up watching the TV, watching them cut horror movies, do not realize what they're, so they're like, oh, I love Michael Myers. But would they like Michael Myers if they watched Halloween on a DVD?
Yeah.
Am I making sense there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Well,
Absolutely.
AMC always has horror movies like all of October, and I would sometimes record them on the DVR, and then and they're all edited, like for swearing or sex or gore or something. And I'm like, it's Halloween, and you're showing all these great horror movies, and they're cut up all the shit. Like
That's my point. That's my point about kids growing up today. I don't think that they get the full grasp of Halloween or Freddy or Jason or Child's Play, all those. I don't think they get the grasp of that. See, I was going to movie theaters. I'm fucking 52, so I went to Friday the 13th, Part 2, and I went to Halloween 2 in the movie theater.
Oh wow!
Oh my God. I waited in line for Halloween 3. I was one disappointed motherfucker. I'm going to tell you that.
You saw that one in the theater too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, so that's my point, though. Kids today, they don't understand what horror movies are really, unless they watch a DVD. So yeah, they're fans of these guys. I really don't see Texas Chainsaw Massacre played on regular TV all that much. Do you guys?
I don't think it was allowed to.
No.
It's hard to edit that down for television.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, okay, it's done.
Yep.
Opening credits.
6-minute movie.
20 minutes of the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Pam said it was weird how they she said disregarded, but disregarded all the other Halloween movies from before.
I didn't like that because I liked the fact that Laurie and Michael were supposed to be brother and sister. Like I love that part of the story, and they took that out.
To me, that's
I
what
didn't like it.
That's what gave the drive towards her. Because what other reason does Michael have to go after one particular girl?
Yeah,
constantly. Yeah,
So I think I agree with you on that one, Jamie, and Pam. Obviously, it needed that element of the story, especially when you look back at Halloween 4 and how it was like a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
It needed that. Let me see. Nathan here says, I can't help myself. If it's horror, I have to watch it, just like the new It movie. I wanted to hate it, but I couldn't, even though it was a remake. And the new Chucky fucking sucked. Yes, yes, it did. See, that is another movie that should have been called something else.
Yeah. I didn't think it was the worst thing ever, because that is the Greasy Strangler. But
watch your mouth, Jamie. You're a bullshit artist.
No, I didn't mind it, and I like the fact that it was Mark Hamill was the voice, and I, just being a Star Wars nerd and loving Mark Hamill, so I didn't hate it, but yeah, compared to the original, yeah, it's just doesn't compare.
So let's go to the skeleton in the closet. I think all three of you watched it. How many went and watched Candyman?
I saw that one, the new one, yeah.
Yeah. Did you, Joe?
No.
Robert didn't? Okay, well, I'm about to spoil the shit out of everything for you, Robert. Robert, you're going to love this movie. Do you know why?
Why?
It's mostly fucking story.
Really?
Yeah. You know how that's me. I'm the spoiler alert. Shit, I get my own graphic. Hell yeah. But so you know how the very first Candyman, like he's sticking hooks up people's spines and pulling them up and destroying motherfuckers. Here's the thing, that was rated R, and that was awesome. This one's PG-13, so you see things swing and then blood go up against the wall and shit like that. So already that's strike one, right? And then if you remember, yes, they told a story, and Helen was doing cool things all the way up till the point where the Candyman just started killing every fucking body, So, yes, there was a story, maybe 20 minutes of story in the very first one, and then the rest was just awesome shit. This one is an hour or something of story with a little bit of shit. But the one thing that killed me, it went from horror film about, yes.
It really went into the oppression, yeah. Nathan's
Here's
right.
the one thing that drew me in when they said they was making a Candyman remake. we got Tony Todd signed, sealed, and delivered, right? I was like, oh hell yeah, Tony Todd's gonna be in it.
Can I pause you for 1 second, Pondo?
What's that?
I just wanted to point out something 1 second, because when I was watching it, I'm like, where's Tony Todd? Did I miss him? Because Pondo said Tony Todd's in here. So, but I don't want to say anymore, but because I was just like,
oh, I'll say it.
You say
Tony Todd's in this motherfucker, maybe 10 seconds, says one line, and his head is superimposed on another body. He could have done that. He could have done that shit in his bathroom at home on a cell phone, for Christ's sake.
You probably did.
Oh, I was so pissed off.
I kept thinking I missed it because it wasn't happening. He wasn't there. It wasn't there yet.
When this movie was bearing to the end, and you could tell, okay, we're about to get to the credits. Thank God. There he is for 10 seconds. 10 fucking seconds. I was like, that's the reason I wanted to see it so bad, because it was going to be Tony Todd, you know? People are talking about Robert Englund's going to do another Freddy movie. I can't wait for that shit because it's the original, but
that's my franchise, the Freddy one, or the Nightmare.
Yeah, there is a Candyman in there. Some retarded dude with a hook on his hand or something like that, but that's not, I mean, I don't care to spoil shit. Go ahead. Flash me. Spoil it. Spoil it.
Wait a minute. I got to get to the right screen.
Find it.
There it is.
There it is.
I got to jump to the movie Madhouse because I got that loaded in there.
All right. So here's two more that I saw. We talked about it. Don't Breathe 2.
That one I haven't seen yet.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I was going to. I chose to watch The Greasy Strangler today, and I really wish I would have watched Don't Breathe 2 instead.
What? You watch your mouth, Jamie. You watch your mouth. Bullshit artist.
Bullshit.
But,
bullshit. That's the best thing about it is now everything's bullshit artist.
Well, imagine meeting the dude and him just being as fucking weird standing there, you know? I mean,
I can't even imagine. I would just be, and plus all the levels of nudity you see, like it would just be so uncomfortable meeting anybody from that movie.
Well, every time he talked to me, he started out with bullshit artist. How you doing today? You know, I mean, just a fucking crazy asshole, man.
Yeah.
So
not
listen,
surprised.
Since you guys haven't saw Don't Breathe 2, I am not going to spoil that one. I want you guys to watch that one because it is so good. So good.
Okay, but you also liked Greasy Strangler, so I don't know if I can trust you anymore.
No, for real. Don't Breathe 2. Did you like the first one?
I did, yeah.
First one.
The second one is just as good as the first one. No turkey baster needed. All right. The other one that I went to see, and I was just bored, and it was a horror movie, I didn't give it much credit until the end. But I went and watched this movie, Malignant, that everybody's talking about.
Good. Loved it.
Yeah. So good, man. Like the music in it's good. I know Robert's a big music guy. The sound's good. I know Joe's a big sound guy. Fucking the kill scenes are awesome. I could tell you it's a modern day movie of an old movie, but I'm not going to do that because then you'll flash that spoiler alert shit up there. But I'm telling you.
How's that?
The more you know. I haven't seen that logo in years.
Classic, baby, classic.
So listen, I gave you guys the Greasy Strangler this time. Rob failed. We all know Rob failed.
No, but, Rob, you're the best.
Rob kind of won in a way.
For not watching it. You should get an award.
I am the winner.
Yes, you won.
But if Joe and Rob can watch Malignant, we'll talk about it on the next time we're on here because it was so. I mean, but it gets really mixed reviews, and I can see why.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. I'll tell you this. So, back in the day when I worked at that video store, it didn't matter what it was. If it was horror, I would take it home. Some were good, some were bad, but some of those bad ones even became a classic today.
Yeah.
It's Malignant.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the most fun I've had watching a horror movie in a long time. It was I really liked it. Yeah. It's my favorite of this year so far, but I haven't seen Don't Breathe 2 yet. So, and the new Halloween, of course.
Well, and that's what we got down here. Nathan, he said 2 was better. Don't Breathe 2. And so did Pam. So that's kind of saying a lot. Now,
I saw Don't Breathe 2 twice.
Oh.
I went one night and then I went back the second night just so I could recap what I was watching. And I can't wait to watch Malignant again just so I can, Malignant's one of those movies. Did you guys see Midsommar?
I love Midsommar. Yeah.
Okay.
Not. I've heard so much about it.
Did you like Midsommar as you was watching it?
Yes.
Okay. It took me a day to like process that I liked that.
Okay.
You know? Just because there was so much going on and you had to think about I hate movies
There's
you gotta
a lot
think
going on, yeah.
Fucking Donnie Darko, I can't stand that shit just because you gotta think about it. But as I was thinking about things that was happening in what fucking movie was we talking about?
Malignant.
Oh, Midsommar.
Sorry.
As things, I had to process things, and as I was processing, it has one of the coolest death scenes you'll ever see. Have you guys all seen it?
In Midsommar? Yeah, I've seen that one, yeah. Oh, Pam didn't like it.
Pam didn't like it.
Which death scene are you talking about?
Oh.
I mean, Robert, have you seen it?
No.
Joe, have you seen it?
It's worth a watch. It's the same person who did Hereditary, and I like this. I like Midsommar.
Hereditary.
I didn't like Hereditary. I like Midsommar.
Yeah, you don't get me started on that shit.
Let
me tell you something about Hereditary. Me and my buddy Terry, we went and watched that movie, and there were 15 people in watching the movie with us, and 2 of them were making out. There were 2 of us. So 11 people as they walked out of that movie theater. I was like, did anybody like this movie? And everybody was like, no, that was a piece of shit, you know? But I see people talk about what a genius, what a brilliant film that was. I'm like, fucking where? What was brilliant
I didn't like that
about
one either. I wanted to like it, and I went in thinking I was going to love it, and I just like it. The best thing about Hereditary was there was a cute little old man working at the movie theater, and he saw I was going in to see it, Hereditary by myself, and he's like, are you sure you want to go in alone? Are you going to be okay? I've heard that one's scary. And then
he was trying to hit on you, Jamie.
I've actually
you got to pick up on this shit. He's got Viagra ready to go.
I've got a clip of Pondo when he was at the theater and someone said they liked it.
This guy is fucking stupid.
Love Carlin.
That and Lords of Salem, I was begging for credits.
I didn't like Lords of Salem either, yeah.
I watched people walk out of Lords of Salem when the preachers were all jacking them dildos and that little midget ugly thing. People started walking out of the theater.
Rob has been traumatized.
Rob, you haven't seen Lords of Salem either?
No. I know it's a Rob Zombie one. I have wanted to see it, but I haven't been able to.
Again, better than Greasy Strangler, though.
No. You gotta admit, Greasy Strangler at least sparked your interest.
I just love the fucking
Why did you
dialogue.
reach into his popcorn?
That's right. Come on, Jamie, you got to pick up on this shit. He had a popcorn tub with a hole in the bottom of it. He wanted you to butter that popcorn for him, but no,
he did not. He stayed at his post and he didn't come in the theater. It might have been more entertaining than watching Hereditary, though. Who knows?
Well, I saved this one post. I think we might have to have a guest reviewer on. Actually, Nathan, because he suggested this. Rouge, Razorback, and The Babadook are 3 Aussie horror movies if you guys want to watch something from the other side of the planet.
I don't think I've seen Rouge.
Razorback
I've seen Razorback.
was kind of cool. It had, I can't remember this main actor's name. He had a TV series on. If Nathan can help me out, but it's about a. I mean, I'm not spoiling nothing. It's about a giant boar or razorback, and of course, you know, it's one of them fucking one of them shark movies, but with a razorback. You know, he's after everybody, and then
It's ginormous. Like it's a really big.
and then Rogue. If it's the same horrible as fuck,
Can't look away.
but Rogue, if it's the same one that I'm thinking about, is it about a robot, kind of a Terminator remake? And then what was the other one he had on there?
The Babadook.
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 I didn't care too much for Babadook. I don't know why. I just
I think I know why, because I loved it, but it must be story.
That's it. That's it. It's
story.
Story. I can't remember. Did they ever show the Babadook?
Ish. Right at the end. Ish.
Yeah.
When it's trapped in the basement. Oh,
right.
Alert. I didn't spoil my own self. But I got to flip between brands to do it. Nope, not that one. There it is.
Oh, I saw you put the Oscar up. That was for Shark Exorcist.
Yep. And then we have this one for The Greasy Strangler.
Yes.
Oh.
That's too good. That's too good to get the Greasy Strangler.
That was a dingleberry on there. I think that was fitting. A dingleberry award.
Don't watch it, Rob.
That should have been
Don't
cuter.
watch it, Rob. It's so bad.
Rob, you watched that movie.
See,
don't listen to that
You have
bullshit
to.
artist down there.
Dude, you have to.
It made me feel like it makes you feel gross.
It
Like
makes you
I had
feel-
to go shower. Like, and I'm not lying. I felt so disgusted watching it. I was like,
defense, it's called Greasy Strangler. So yeah,
oh, it has all of those things in it.
What were you expecting?
I didn't know anything about it, but then people kept. The one thing I did know is people were saying it was John Waters-esque. So then I'm like, I'm not a big John Waters fan, so I was like, ugh. Wolf Creek.
I love Wolf Creek and Wolf Creek 2. I loved both of those.
Yeah, I liked Wolf Creek 1 better, but Wolf Creek 2 was okay.
I was glad that it was the same guy in Wolf Creek 2.
The villain in that is just amazing. He's an amazing actor.
See, now we don't got to watch him. We know it's the same guy in both.
And there's a series. I haven't checked out the series, but they made a series out of it too.
There's a TV series of it?
I believe so, yeah.
Huh.
I think
Same
it was maybe
guy?
on Shudder or something.
Same guy?
That I don't know because I haven't checked it out.
Huh.
I've just seen the movies, yeah.
Well, even
I'd imagine they'd have to have him because I don't think it would work at all without him.
Well, look how fast Halloween 3 went for Wolf Creek 3, right? We just stick somebody else in there.
Yeah. It's a totally different story and not have that guy in there.
Yeah, even Nathan says 2 was a bit shit, but still worth a watch.
Yeah. If you liked Wolf Creek 1, you kind of owe it to yourself to watch part 2.
My favorite line. What was it on a stick? In 1, he said
the lollipop head thing.
He said something on a stick, and then he shoved that thing up that girl's spine, and
He said something about a lollipop. I thought, like they call it. I can't remember what he said.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Nathan said, "Yeah, it's the same guy in the series." So,
okay.
Wow, I want to see that. Then I didn't know anything about that. You know what I have at my You know what I have at my house that I haven't seen that I bet the three of you have, and you can tell me whether it's worth it or not. I have season 1 and 2 of Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet, but I've been meaning to. No.
It's good.
Is it good?
Yeah. It feels
Joe,
like
you're muted.
Joe's muted.
Joe's lips were moving.
Better?
But Joe, there you go.
I watched the first season. It's really good. Yeah.
Okay, and there's 2 seasons so far?
Well, I hope there is, because I've got a second season sitting in front of my TV, so maybe I've got the only one in the world. I don't know.
Right? It's not been released yet because Pondo's
Possibility.
Oh, guess what? Tomorrow.
There's 3 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. tomorrow I'm going to have lunch with Mick Foley, and then that night I'm going to watch his comedy at the Comedy Attic.
Oh, the one man show.
That's not something you can just throw at us like that. Like how are you end up setting this up? This is amazing. It's much better than what my day is going to be.
Well, here's the thing.
I have to go to Queens here. I gotta go.
Oh yes.
So my
He's
buddy,
ignoring you. Your joke was dumb.
damn right, you're damn right. So my buddy, he was like, "Hey, Mick Foley's going to be at the Comedy Attic. If I get tickets, do you think that you can get him to sign my book?" And I said, "Yeah, I think I can do that." So I emailed Mick and I sent it back to that dude, and Mick's like, "Yeah, let's have lunch." I think that dude, I don't know. I think he's ready to kiss my feet or something. But
He better wear his brown pants. That's all I've got to say.
yeah, I've known Mick for a long time. Like, I don't have too many Mick stories. Wow, Pondo, say hi to Mick for us. We love him. Yeah, I will. I'll say, Pam said hello, Mick.
Because we know he watches.
Absolutely. Yep. That's awesome, man.
And you want to know what's going to be fucked up when I go, Pam said hello, and he goes, "Oh, Miss Ortiz?" I'm like, "Oh, shit. Yeah, that's her. That's her."
He'll be like, "Damn, I was supposed to call her yesterday."
I'll tell you a really, really cool, funny story. So, like, the first time I met Kane Hodder, this is in the book. Jamie already knows the story. The first time I met Kane Hodder, I was waiting in this long line, and I finally get up to the table, and he kind of glances up, and he says, "You want a picture?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Which one do you want?" And I looked, and I said, "I'll take this one." And he looked up, and he goes, "Pondo, right?" That was probably my gayest moment I ever had in my life. I was like, "Oh my God, he knows my name."
And then he said, "Do you want some of my popcorn?"
Hell yeah. Hey, I would eat Kane Hodder's popcorn. Sorry. I wouldn't be able to resist it. I'm like, "Shit, is this butter?"
Because I don't care.
Extra.
I don't care. But I was like, "How did you know I was Pondo?" And he pulled up his sleeves and he had Hatchet Man wristbands on. He said, "Hey man, I've been a juggalo. I know who you are," and all that. That was a proud moment for me right there.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a blast, though. I remember the first time I met him was in Louisville, Kentucky. I went down
That's where I'm at.
Is that where you're at?
Yeah.
I didn't
Just
know
down
that.
the street.
Just down the street. Anyway. I went down because my friend Rochelle was in the show, and he was there. So I got to the hotel. I'm walking across this lobby.
Hold it. You cannot just say my friend Rochelle.
Why not?
You have to tell the people who your friend Rochelle is. You can't just go, "Yeah, my friend Rochelle."
It's Rochelle Davis from The Crow. She was doing it's called Days of the Dead, and they had a little mini Crow reunion there because Tony Todd was there, Ernie Hudson, Bai Ling, and James Zobar. Right, so I go across this lobby to see where the pool is because the lady at the desk told me, and Kane's standing there with this other guy. And I walk by, it's not there. I'm walking along the wall looking for the door. He goes, "Are you fucking lost?" Right? No, I'm looking for the pool. And the guy with him goes, "Oh, it's that next door." So I said, "Okay, cool." So I walked in there and saw where it was. And I come back out. He goes, "Well, that was a short swim." Well, I didn't bring my trunks, I said, "Do you work here or something?" And he just glared at me, right? So I left. The next day I come down. He's sitting at his table. And I'm wearing my Jason shirt that's got the orange glow-in-the-dark Jason mask. And I walk up to the table and I go, "You do work here." I said, "Who are you sitting with?" And he went, "What?" Because he's looking at me and he's looking at my shirt. He goes, "Are you fucking kidding?" I go, "Well, I kind of am because, you were jerked me last night. So it's my turn to reject." Okay. Called me a couple choice names and then we talked for a bit.
I got a good one for you. So Gunnar Hansen was sitting in this restaurant, but on the it was on the ground floor, but it looked like a balcony part. But Gunnar Hansen was in there,
right?
Yeah, the original Leatherface.
Okay.
He was in there eating a meal, and I, gradually as I walked by, I said, "Hey, man, I loved you in the movie and all that shit," but I kept on walking. Well, then he said, "Hey, come here a minute," and he brought me back, and he talked to me for about a good 10 minutes, and I walked away, and some dude, like stoner dude, come up to me. He said, "Hey, man, is that who I think it is?" And I'm always smart about this shit. I'm like, "I don't know. Who do you think that is?" He goes, "Is that Kenny Rogers, man?" I said, "The gambler himself. There he is." So I watched, right? I watched this dude go up to Gunnar Hansen and start talking to him. And then Gunnar Hansen looks really confused, and the kid points me out. And Gunnar Hansen just looks over at me and shakes his head. But the gambler himself, there he is.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Hondo, there was you were talking about you made a post about a wrestler you had worked with, and you mentioned this in your book, but I had forgotten about it. It's been a while since I read your book, but I thought that was very cool that you've wrestled the Junkyard Dog.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So, in my hometown,
Story time with Hondo.
Yeah.
There we go.
Story time.
In my hometown, there was an oil guy, and his office was right across from the video store that I worked at. So he was a cool dude. So I always, like, if there was a new release, I knew he would want it. I'd hold it back. He'd come in and rent it and stuff like that. But he was a big wrestling fan, and he was also a teacher at Olney Central College. So he called me one day and said, "Hey," and this was before I was wrestling. He called me and he said, "Hey, man, I got a wrestler in my class." And I said, "Really?" I said, "Can you get me his telephone number?" He's like, "Why? Do you want to come to his shows?" I said, "No, I want to become a professional wrestler." So that's the guy who got me into wrestling and all this. So jump forward. I haven't even been in the business 2 years yet, right? This guy, Howard Brackney, said he was bringing in the Junkyard Dog, and he said if I would pay for the Junkyard Dog, I could wrestle him. I'm freaking out. It's my very first WWF guy that I could ever wrestle, right? Well, I think he was like $500, and I didn't have $500. So I went to the oil guy, right? And I said, "Hey, I got a chance to wrestle Junkyard Dog," and he's clapping his hands and like, "Hell yeah, I'll be there," and all this shit. And I said, "Well, hold on. He's $500, and I don't have the $500. Without hesitation, Milt Smith was like, "Hell yeah, you tell them, bring that Junkyard Dog. I got you. I got your money for you," and all this shit. So I had 2 months to wait, right? So I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. So finally the day comes, and I get to the venue. I help put up the ring, and I'm already in my wrestling gear, and the Junkyard Dog is already there's like 8 matches on the card, and we're into match 4, and there's no Junkyard Dog. I'm like, holy shit, right? So match 5, in the middle of match 5, Junkyard Dog shows up, and he's already dressed in his white boots and his red tights and stuff like that. And he told the promoter, he's like, "I want to go on right now because I got to go." And the promoter was like, "No, we got to have you for a main event. We can't put you on now." And he's like, No. I want to go on now. Now, what we didn't know was maybe there was a drug addiction that he had to get to, but we didn't know that. So the only thing that is between me and this conversation is a partition about this thick, right? So I'm listening to the whole thing. And finally, Junkyard Dog's like, all right, I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to beat the kid up, come back here, have my money ready. And so Howard Brackney realizes that the oil guy will pay for another wrestler as long as, this goes well. So Howard's fighting the Junkyard Dog. He's like, no, we need to give him some stuff and shit like that. Junkyard Dog's just getting madder and madder and madder. So finally I jump up and I go to the other side of the partition and I say, Howard, it's okay. Whatever he wants to do. I don't care. Whatever he wants to do. And you saw me in that picture. I'm like 165 pounds, right? So Junkyard Dog looks at me and he goes, you the one I'm wrestling? And I said, yeah. And he goes, lace your boots up, kid. You get ready to go to school. And he's pissed off, right? And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I've been waiting on this, and this is my first WWF name and all this shit. So you guys all three know that I'm a thinker, and I think shit out. On Saturday night's main event, they did a show on Mother's Day, and the Junkyard Dog did a big speech about all the mothers in the world, and we wouldn't be here without the mothers, and you need to hug your mother, kiss your mother, and all this shit. So I got to brainstorm because my mom was there. I asked Junkyard Dog to come into this other section, and I sent somebody else out to get my mom to take a picture of me and the Junkyard Dog, right? So my mom is a talker. So we get this picture with Junkyard Dog, and my mom starts telling Junkyard Dog how excited I've been up until this day to get to wrestle him and all this shit. And Junkyard Dog says, this your boy right here? And she said, yeah, that's him. And he goes, I'm going to take good care of him.
Good.
He gave me a lot of the match, and then he didn't even pin me at the end. He had Outlaw Don Bass come in and beat on him, and then I just got disqualified. I didn't even get pinned by the Junkyard Dog. So Hardcore Madman Pondo got saved by his mom at a wrestling match. How about that?
Against JYD.
That's him.
Look at Pondo.
Yeah, that's about. I swallowed that guy.
I like the elbow pads.
Yeah,
smiley face.
No, it's those skateboard.
Oh, that's hard plastic.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nice of Jamie to realize that I have an elbow pad on and not acknowledge Junkyard Dog. But look at that crowd. Look at the crowd, man. That was all around all four sections.
And you already have the skull boots.
Yeah. Had the skull boots since day one.
Okay. I didn't realize you'd had them right from the beginning. Okay.
But that's in my book. That's in my Memoirs of a Madman. You can get it on Amazon.com, or you can get it at EatSleepWrestle.com. You can ask John Cosper for an autograph copy of it, but that story is in the book.
That's awesome. Oh, Nathan
Jamie
said.
didn't even remember that story was in the book.
I nearly got to meet Brad Dourif. Bought my ticket, and then the expo got canceled due to COVID. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, man.
I met him.
Of course you did.
Of course you did.
Pondo, who is someone in horror you haven't met that you would like to still? Because you've met someone.
Horror, but Pee Wee Herman was coming to Indianapolis. I bought my photo op and everything, and then COVID shut it down. So I didn't get to meet Pee Wee Herman. I'd like to meet Ralph Macchio, Karate Kid. He was a big part of my growing up. Steve Gutenberg.
Oh, yes.
And Michael Winslow from Police Academy. I'd love to meet them guys. I don't know, man. Like a lot of people, you say, who would you want to meet? And not so much now, because I guess he got in some kind of trouble. But a lot of people say Marilyn Manson to me, and I'm like, oh, met that guy.
Well, he met him, but they also put vapor rub in their eyes together. That's what he's
True
not telling
that,
you.
right?
And there's a video on YouTube for those who
Who
haven't
has
seen
a
it.
story like that? You can go to YouTube right now and watch Madman Pondo versus Marilyn Manson. We put Vicks Vapor Rub in our tear ducts to see who would cry first.
Oh,
Ain't no way I'm gonna let no dude who wears a dress on stage beat me. I fucked that. I was like,
Yeah, spoiler, Hondo won.
I won. You damn right.
Nathan says, go ahead.
Well, I want to hear this. How'd you get to meet Mel Gibson? I would love to meet Mel Gibson.
Right. Oh, look, Pam. I want to meet Pondo. See?
Hey, I'll meet you after the show.
There we go. Tom says, Rob, who is one person that you would like to meet? I don't know. See, I'm weird that way. I don't rush. Okay, Harrison Ford. Never mind. I just said it. Yes.
I'd
Harrison
like to
Ford.
meet Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
I know you would.
Anytime. I would have gone to the movies with him, no problem.
You want to meet Dolph Lundgren and you want to meet the Greasy Strangler.
No one from that movie. No. I don't even want to meet Elijah Wood anymore because he produced that crap. So no.
Rob, I didn't hear. Who is it you want to meet?
Harrison Ford.
I thought you were talking to me.
Oh, Harrison Ford. Joe.
Yes, Joe.
I don't know. It's like Rob said. It's kind of a tough one.
It is. Like, Harrison Ford's my god. That's the only reason I jumped to that. But honestly, it's really hard for me to say I want to meet this person.
I met Ray Park.
Okay, see, he might be cool to meet.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or
And I met Darth Vader. Shit, I can't remember his name. Not
David Prowse.
Not James Earl Jones. Who was it?
David Prowse.
Yes. All right. So all these people's waiting in line, and they all got their Darth Vader shit. And I pulled out my brother's fucking Clockwork Orange laser disc and had him sign it. And he looked at that. And he goes, "You know what? Out of all these autograph signings, nobody's handed me anything from Clockwork Orange."
He was
So
great.
I felt really cool about that he acknowledged that.
Nathan said he was filming in the streets of Richmond for Heartbreak Ridge, and I was living there at the time.
Oh.
That's how he got to meet Mel Gibson.
Heartbreak Ridge. Isn't that with Clint Eastwood?
No, oh wait, Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
That's what he's. Yeah, I only know this because Nathan told me this story. So yeah, I think it's Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay.
Oh, does Nathan live just down the street?
He's just down the street from me in
Australia is just down the street from Ontario.
Just down the street.
Across the pond.
Over the bridge.
I'd like to meet Johnny Knoxville, but I don't want to get kicked in the balls every time I turn around.
Yeah, that would get annoying very quickly.
Those guys tend to be friendly and kicking each other in the balls and shit all the time. Oh, so at the gathering of the Juggalos, if you guys remember, we got time, Rob?
Sure.
So remember, told you guys I was going to the gathering of the Juggalos, and the three things I wanted to do, I wanted to watch Kid and Play in concert.
Yeah.
And I got to do that. They did the whole foot dance. You know what I'm talking about. I wanted to meet Steve-O. I didn't get to meet Steve-O, but Steve-O did this thing where he put his dick and balls in between his legs and was showing everybody. And then he said something about, "You guys want to see my butthole?" And he turned around, and that thing looked like a thermos. Like, he's done some damage to that motherfucker. So I got that done. And then the next day, I got to meet Chris Hansen.
I was going to say, I saw that picture, To Catch a Predator, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I was asking him about, because I'm a man, I watch that shit religiously. So I'm asking him about some of the Predators, but I know them by name. And he's like, "Man, you really are a fan of the show, aren't you? I'm like, hell yeah, I am. And then I wrestled, and then I went home. But yeah, that was my yeah. If you go on my Facebook and scroll down, you'll see my Gathering of the Juggalos little file there that I put together.
That is awesome.
Is there not, with the Juggalos, isn't one of them not doing well health-wise? I thought I saw a post like that.
Violent J.
Okay.
It's not. So from what I understand, they're not going to tour anymore. Like they're going to do shows, just not jump on a bus and do multiple shows on a whole tour. So might not be as bad as what we think, but I don't know. I mean, maybe
that can chew away at your life. Just living on a bus for half a year.
Right. I have a blast when I'm on that bus, though.
Yeah, but you're on it for a weekend.
Yeah, well, that and I'm like the Brad Pitt of that bus, man. Like that. Ooh, that's Pondo. Hell yeah, it is. Come on the bus.
Avier joined us and it says, y'all looking forward to the new Halloween. We talked a bit about this, but yeah, I know I wasn't a fan of the first one as much, but I am looking forward to the second one.
And it's going to be on Peacock, too. It's going to be in theaters and on the Peacock app, which we don't have it in Canada, but I thought that was interesting.
This movie cannot stream on anything called Peacock.
Yeah.
No.
That's what that dude wanted to do in the movie theater that was asking you. And that
charming old man. He was just
he was charming, all right. He wanted to pee out of his cock all over that popcorn. Hey, so you guys talked about noir. Is that a Canada detective black and white thing?
Noir.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was like an LA thing.
I've never heard of it, but
it's a film style.
Yeah.
Yeah, film noir. It's like a 50s style black and white detective type thing.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Where the character does his own narration.
Yeah.
I was thinking that's how you say black in French.
Oh, it is.
Well, it is.
Yeah. That was where mine went. I didn't think of film genre for some reason. It didn't.
Jamie, you're so French racist.
Did you watch Into the Spider-Verse? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, I
haven't
did.
seen
Yeah.
that one yet. Yeah.
Nick Cage's character, Spider Noir. That's a film noir character, literally.
Nick Cage is in that movie too. He's never.
Oh yeah.
Not just Willy's Wonderland. Like that man gets around,
right?
Well, he's racked up some debt, so he has to kind of make whatever he's offered.
Paycheck. I'm there. Yep.
Sure.
Well,
awesome.
Robert, what was your favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
Ghost Rider.
Jamie.
Valley Girl.
Oh my god.
You're such a chick. Joe.
8mm.
None of you guys thought Con Air was badass.
Actually, I was going to say when he comes out the plane and the hair's flying. Yeah, I do.
My god, the wind in the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little envious.
I thought Steve Buscemi's character was badass.
Yes.
I also like
Green.
Here he is, a little nerdy dude, but all these rough motherfuckers are afraid of him and shit. I love that.
He's good in Face Off too. I like that.
Oh, I forgot about Face Off.
Yeah. So many.
Yeah. this could be a whole show just talking about Nicolas Cage.
Got Pam's attention. Con Air.
Him and Dolph Lundgren have both.
See, Pam is giving me signals.
Right? Where's the popcorn?
That's right.
I've never been able to eat popcorn again.
Popcorn, yeah, it's fucking ruined now.
Yeah.
Sorry,
said,
you'd have to get to the bottom of that tub, but I would wait. I would wait.
I'd be nervous. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Nathan says
you never finish a whole bowl. You know?
Right. Nathan says the one where he can see 2 minutes into the future. What's that? Knowing? I think it's called.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's good. And AVR says Raising Arizona. A classic.
I like Raising. You know what? I liked Raising Arizona, but I liked John Goodman and William Forsythe better than I did, their characters. When the blue dye thing blew up in the car, they couldn't see out the window and shit like that.
Oh yeah, gosh, I forgot about that. I have to rewatch that movie. I do. Oh man. All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for this. This is a blast. We have to try and do one more before Halloween.
No, let's do one next month, and then November, and then December. Let's stop procrastinating. I mean, we did good this time,
Right?
All except
Yeah,
Joe squeaking. If we could get Joe to stop squeaking, we'd be fine. But
I'm going to
seems
see
like he's
what's going on because
just dedicated with that shit.
I thought it was hilarious that we messaged each other. When's the next show? And I looked, and it was like, well, yesterday.
How'd we do?
It was our best show yet. So what to sign off for this one, I'm going to play that trailer one more time, just so you get a glimpse of the final ride. You guys ready?
Ready.
All right. We'll see everybody later.
Bye. Bye, Pam. Bye, Pam.
911, what is your emergency?
My name is Jean said I've been kidnapped. I'm in the back of my truck.
Still hasn't sunk it in yet.
Oh, me neither.
Get over here, come on.
I miss you, man. We haven't had a night like this since college. I have a great idea.
Come on, let's do it.
I have just the one.
The house was vacant for years.
Tattoo! It keeps spreading.
All I want to know is what happened